Good morning, student. In my previous video, the topic which I explain you are animals around us. There are many animals around us, and these animals are of different color, shapes, and size. And when I explain you about the animals, we study or them into six group. First is the animal, then birds, third insect, fourth reptiles, fifth water animals, and sixth water and land. It means the animal which can survive in water also and on land also. After that we discuss what are domestic and pet animals and wild animals. Then next we discuss how animal eat: herbivorous animals, carnivorous animals, and omnivorous animals. And due to their eating habit, they have different types of teeth. Now student, in my today video, we will discuss or I will explain you what is food chain. What is food chain? Now student, what is food chain? When I explain you or when I talk with you about the living things, plants, animal, and human beings, all all are living things. But student, on the earth, plants are the only producers, and all animals and even human beings, we all are depend on the plants. Is it clear? It means that the plants can prepare their own food. It means that plants can prepare their own food. And you know student, all organisms need energy. All organisms need energy. And why we need energy? We need energy to grow or to do different types of activity or keep our body fit and healthy. So student, I explained you plants are the only producers because student, plants prepare their own food. Plants prepare their own food. Student, first let understand what is the source of energy on the earth. What is the source of energy on the earth? So answer is sun. Sunlight is the source of energy on the earth. Plants trap the energy of the sun. Plants trap the energy of the sun. And do you know, student, plants prepare their own food in the presence of air, water, and sunlight. And this process by which plant prepare their own food is known as photosynthesis. Is it clear? And this process by which a plant can prepare their own food, this process is known as photosynthesis. I repeat it again. The process by which green plants make their own food in the presence of sunlight, water, carbon dioxide is called photosynthesis. Is called photosynthesis. It means plant can prepare their own food. So student, please try to understand that all the animals and even human beings, we all depend on plants for the energy. And this energy, all living things need energy to survive. All living things need energy to survive. So student, plants trap the energy of a sunlight. Is it clear? And they prepare their own food. And they prepare their own food. So student, in each level there is a transfer of energy take place. In each level there is a transfer of energy takes place. How plant take the energy of the sun? Is it clear? And prepare its own food. And when herbivorous animal eat the plant, then that energy is transferred to herbivorous animal. And when carnivorous animal eat that plant, when carnivorous animal eat herbivorous animal, then that energy is passed into carnivorous animal. So this is a food chain in which transfer of energy take place in different levels, and this is known as trophic level. Note down the spelling. Trophic level, TROPHIC. Trophic level means each level of a food chain. Trophic level means each level of a food chain. And what happened? Transfer of energy take place in each level. Is it clear? Now student, animals and plants depend on each other to live. Now I think this point is clear to all of you. Animal and plant depend on each other to live. See, the plants are only producer, and how plant are also depend on animals. What is the reason? Plant prepare their own food in the presence of sunlight. Is it clear? Water, carbon dioxide. So from where they are getting this carbon dioxide? Carbon dioxide they are getting because human beings and animals, we take our living gas is oxygen. Our living gas is oxygen, and we are getting this oxygen from the plants. So when animals breathe, they take in oxygen, and what comes out? Carbon dioxide. Is it clear? And this carbon dioxide is used by the plant for preparing the food. So student, in this manner, balance is maintained in the nature. It means we are depend on animals and human beings. We are depend on plants for our survival, because we are getting oxygen from them. And plant, I told you earlier also, plants are only producer on this planet, and animals and human beings, we are getting energy from the plants. So student, and even plant is also depend on animal, because they get carbon dioxide from the animals. So in this manner, balance is maintained in nature. So animal and plant depend on each other to live. I think this point is clear to all of you. Next, plant can prepare their own food using air, water and light. I already explained you, and this process is known as photosynthesis. This process is known as photosynthesis. Now student, the source of energy on the planet is sunlight. The source of energy on the planet is sunlight. With these sunlight, plants prepare their own food. Even at the time of when I explained you the function of a leaf, at that time I also explained you there is a pigment present in the leaf known as a chlorophyll. Do you remember? And that is the reason the color of the leaf is also green. It traps the sunlight and prepare the food for the plants. Now student, a herbivore eats a green plant. So student, try to understand, plants trap the energy of a sun. Is it clear? And now these green plants are eaten by herbivorous animals. Now a carnivore eats a herbivore. This is like a chain that plants and animal form in nature. This is like a chain that plants and animals form in nature. Means your plant, it, what does it means? It means your plants are consumer. It means your plants are consumer. No, sorry. Plants are, it means the plants are their producer and animals are consumer. By mistake, I say that consumer, but plants are producers and animals are consumers. Animals are consumers. Now student, this is a chain that show how plants are eaten by animals, and then animals are eaten by other animals. This is called a food chain. This is called a food chain. A chain that shows how plants are eaten by animals, and then animals are eaten by other animals, and this is called a food chain. Now see the picture. In this picture, this is the picture of a grass. And what is grass? Grass is, in which category it will come? Producer. And this grass is eaten by deer. This grass is eaten by deer. This grass is eaten by deer. And deer is in which category? Deer is a herbivorous animal. Deer is a herbivorous animal. And now see student, this deer is finally eaten by lion. So this is a simple food chain. There is a chain. Now observe the next chain. Observe the next chain. See, grass. Grass is a, what is grass? Grass is a producer. This grass is a producer because green plants can prepare their own food, and this process is known as photosynthesis. Why I say grass is a producer? Because green plants can prepare their own food, and this process is known as a photosynthesis. Now see student, this grass is eaten by grasshopper. This grass is eaten by grasshopper. So what is grasshopper? It is a primary consumer. It is a primary consumer. Now this grasshopper is eaten by a frog. So frog is a secondary consumer. Frog is a secondary consumer. Then this frog is eaten by snake. So snake is a tertiary consumer. And then this snake is finally eaten by the eagle. So eagle is a final consumer. So eagle is their final consumer. So you can also say that the process of eating one organism by the other. Listen it, and if you want to note down in your rough copy, you can also write it. The process of eating one organism by the other and getting eaten by another organism is called the food chain. If you want to note down in your copy, you can write the process of eating one organism by the other and getting eaten by another organism is called the food chain. Is called the food chain. Or so I hope students you all are able to understand what is food chain. See, what is food chain? A chain that shows how plants are eaten by animals, and then animals are eaten by other animal is called a food chain. Again observe the picture. See, this is the picture of a grass. Grass. So grass is a producer. From where it get the energy? It get the energy from sunlight. It get the energy from the sunlight. And now when this grass is eaten by the deer, then the energy transfer into the deer. Firstly, grass get the energy from the sunlight. They are producers. Is it clear? Now this grass is eaten by the deer. So energy transfer into the next level. Is it clear? And in which category deer comes? It is a herbivore animal. And now third picture is of a lion. Third picture is a lion. This deer is eaten by the lion. So energy transfer from this level to next level. That is your food chain. See, observe the second picture. In second picture, first picture is of a grass. Grass is eaten by grasshopper. Grass is eaten by grasshopper, and then grasshopper is eaten by frog. Is it clear? And then frog is eaten by snake, and finally this snake is eaten by eagle. So this is also a food chain. This is also a food chain. Now I think you all are able to understand what is food chain. Even you can you want to write another definition, you can write it. It is a series of organisms feeding on one another. It is a series of organisms feeding on one another to eat or being eaten. To eat or being eaten. A chain or transfer of food energy. A chain or transfer of food energy from one group to another group through a series of steps called it trophic levels is called it a food chain. A chain or transfer of food energy from one group to another group through a series of steps called it trophic levels is called it a food chain. And earlier I explained you what is the meaning of a trophic level. It means each level of food chain energy is passing from one level to another level, and this is your food chain, and this is your food chain, because every level need energy for their survival. So in this manner energy passes from one level to another, and this is known as trophic level. This is known as trophic level. Now student, see, some of the points are given, things to remember. Some of the points are given here, things to remember. See student, these are very important point. This is the complete summary of the chapter. After reading 2 or 3 times reading of the chapter, and your teacher has given you the explanation of the chapter. Now in things to remember, some points are given. Read this point, and this is the complete summary of the chapter. If you are able to understand this, it means you are able to understand the chapter. So one by one, let's discuss things to remember. First point is, animals are divided into groups according to their eating habits. Okay, so student, I explained you this thing also. Animals are divided into groups according to their eating habit. What does it means according to their eating habit? It means some animal eat plant only, some animal eat flesh, some animal eat both plant and flesh. So according to the eating habits, the animals are divided into three groups. Animals are divided into three groups: herbivorous animals, omnivorous, and carnivorous animals. Is it clear? Now let one more time we discuss the definition of this. Animals that eat only plants. Animals that eat only plants, fruits, and vegetables are called plant eating animal or herbivorous animals. Now, animal that eat the flesh of other animals are called flesh eating animals or carnivores. I repeat it. Animals that eat the flesh of other animals are called flesh eating animals or carnivores. An example are lion, tiger, fox, etc. Now, animals that eat plants as well as the flesh of other animals are called omnivorous animals. Animals that eat plants as well as the flesh of other animals are called omnivorous animals. For example, crow, bear, ostrich, etc. So, student, the first point is in the things to remember is animals are divided into groups according to their eating habits. So, herbivorous animal, carnivore, and omnivore. I think you all are able to understand. Next, different animals eat differently. They have different types of teeth. So, different animal eat differently. Just now in the first point we have discussed the eating habits of the animals, and student, due to the eating habits of the animals, they have different types of teeth also. Now next, rabbit, squirrels, etc. have sharp front teeth to bite nuts, seeds, and fruit. So they are also known as gnay animals. It means to keep biting something to eat it slowly. Gnay animals means to keep biting something to eat it slowly. Is it clear? So when I explain you about herbivorous animal, at that time I explained you animals like rabbit, rats, and squirrel have sharp front teeth with which they bite the food, and these animals gnaw the food. Now next point, herbivores have flat and broad front teeth to bite leaves and plants. So student, when I explain you herbivorous animal, at that time I told you that herbivores have flat and broad front teeth to bite off leaves and grass. And what is the role of their back teeth? What is the role of the back teeth of herbivore animals? Their strong back teeth help them to chew the food well. Help them to chew the food well. Now, next, sharp pointed front teeth of carnivores help to tear flesh. So, student, carnivores such as tiger, lion, fox, etc., they have sharp pointed front teeth to tear the flesh, and their jaw is very strong, and their jaw is very strong, and their back teeth are broad and flat, and their back teeth are broad and flat. Is it clear? Carnivores such as tiger, lion, fox, etc. have sharp pointed front teeth to tear the flesh. Their back teeth are broad and flat, and their jaw is very strong. I hope, student, you enjoy the topic. Thank you.